I need to know how to fix an oven door that won't close properly.
Make sure there isn't a dish towel or something else in the way.
It isn't something that obvious.
Given how rarely you clean the oven, you need to check for caked on grease or spilled and dried on sauce that prevents it from closing properly.
If there was that much food residue on the door seal or frame, it needs a thorough scrubbing. And I do clean it.
If you run the self-cleaning cycle often, I can't rule out the door seal being warped.
That might let the warm air escape and jets through the warped seal, but that wouldn't prevent it from closing properly.
If the solenoid that closes the lock burns out, it won't lock. And if the latch is broken, it won't lock properly.
If the latch that holds it shut during self-cleaning and broil mode was hanging askew or angled, yes, the door might not close, and I'd hear it if not see it when I tried to close the oven door.
If the door is at a slight angle, my first thought is of the hinges.
They need grease.
If the hinge is coming loose because one screw came out or got loose itself, the door may be at an angle. That's definitely the case if the hinge itself has gotten bent.
I can't see how a hinge is bent.
The metal is suffering from fatigue from how often the kids open and close the door to check on the food. It is rusting and corroding over time, or it gets hit and slammed way too much.
I wonder if that damaged the door.
It is really hard to ding and dent an oven door hard enough to affect its ability to close, though if the springs that help it not flop open break, it could slam into the floor when you open it, dinging it.
If it hit that hard, I'd be more concerned about broken glass.
Assuming it won't close because of a worn or damaged door hinge, you have to take off the door, remove the door hinges and tension springs, replace the hinge and springs, then reinstall the door.
That means the issue with it not closing properly could be the tension springs.
If the oven uses them, yes. But in any case, make sure all the screws are tight in the right place.
I wonder if I can solve this just by tightening all the screws holding the door hardware in place.
Sure, check that, especially if there's a chance the screws holding the latches and door locks are loose.
The door sensor is the only part you can really see sticking out.
If the door switch is so damaged the door can't close, you have a totally different problem. However, if the oven is telling you it isn't close to when it looks that way, the door sensor being damaged could explain it.
Please don't tell me rebooting the oven control board could fix an oven door is not locked or shut error.
At least try it before you start disassembling the oven, especially if you've had other sensor or door latch error messages.